Hello, hello. It is your host, Sexy Harlem 125. Happy Sunday to all my Purple Hearts. I am here on this Sunday with the recap episode 8. Episode 8. And if you've been following me, you already know I do the questions of the day for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and the thoughts of the day for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as well. I come here on Sunday to do it with you all. Okay? So I'm going to start off with how my week was. My week was up and down, basically. I came here last Sunday and I had fun with you all. And then a couple of hours later, I started feeling kind of nauseous. So I had went out earlier that day. So I caught a bug some kind of way. Child, don't start because I had my mask on. Y'all know I mask up everywhere I go. So I had caught a bug and I was down for a couple of days. I mean, all the way up until Thursday or Friday, and I'm still feeling nauseous right now. But it's not as bad as it was before. So this is something for you all to remember. If you ever get nauseous and you're just not feeling well, make sure you have some peppermint tea on hand because the peppermint tea is better to me than Pepto Bismol. Yeah, much better than Pepto Bismol. You can sit there and sip on your peppermint tea, and your nausea will go away. Now, I didn't have peppermint tea every single day that I was down. I had peppermint tea for like a couple of days, and then I'm still taking medication and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on around here with these germs, but I'm gonna tell you it ain't cute. Y'all hear the noise, right? Y'all hear it. Oh my God. I hope they not coming closer, but it seems like they are. So let's just mute for a minute. Child, they just know when I'm going live. They said, "Oh, she live. Let's make all the noise." So, now I'm feeling better, but I'm not gonna take that for granted. I'm still gonna drink some peppermint tea. I'm just, for this week, I really wasn't doing too much moving around. I went out yesterday and just went for a walk around the block. I stopped at the store, picked up a few things, and then I came in. I did go out Friday as well downstairs. I needed some Dove body wash. I have a discount store downstairs. I'm telling you, they got doggone damn near every scent of the body wash you would want. So yeah, those are the 2 days that I went out, and now I'm here with you all. So I've been yapping for about 8 minutes. So let's get on with the recap. Now, the recap is the questions of the day from the previous week. So we're going to start with Monday, as we always do. We have Monday, 2/17/25. The thought of the day was life can only be understood backwards, but must be lived forwards. Life can only be understood backwards, but must be lived forwards. And I can get with that. It says can only be understood backwards. Now that part I understand because um when you're speaking to your elders and they say back in my day, yeah, back in my day. So, and sometimes they go back in their day for us to understand what they're talking about in the now. That I can get with. Okay. But must be lived forwards. You must go forward in life. Every day that you live is another step forward in your life. I know sometimes some people say, I feel stuck. Like I'm just stuck. I can't move. Well, that doesn't attribute to the physical. But if you think about it, it might because of their mind. Their mind, when they say, I feel stuck, that's the mind not going anywhere at the at that point in time. But you have to keep moving forwards. Like I said, every day that you wake up is another day forward in your life. So, moving on to the question for that same day, February 17th. Um, do you believe in God or a higher power? And my answer is absolutely yes. I do. I mean, I have to. I mean, some people uh, don't believe in God at all, but that's not me. I do believe in God, and I do believe that me having that belief has kept me going forward in my life. Sometimes there would be struggles, and you would go, oh Lord, why me? Why me? Why not you? They say, they quote, air quotes, say that God only puts on you what he knows you can bear. That might not be true for a lot of people, but I've been fighting for my life for the last since 1998 with this lupus. So I don't think I could have gotten this far without our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So, yes, I do believe that there is a God. Moving on to Wednesday, 2/19/2025. The thought of that day was be brave, take risks. Nothing can substitute experience. Now, that depends. You ever take a risk and it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out? So now you have that experience. I wouldn't call it failure. I would never call that failure. I would say you might not have done it the right way. So since you didn't do it the right way, you can sit down and think about what went wrong, what you might have done wrong, and then you can revisit and do it a different way. So be brave in taking risks. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I'm flying on a wing and a prayer. I mean, you just got to come up with stuff sometimes. Like, um, was it last Sunday or the Sunday before last when I went to have a session with my seniors? Um, we didn't have any glue. So we had to fly on a wing and a prayer. Your brain has to be, in order to do something like that, especially with crafts or anything you're making, if something doesn't work out, your brain has to say, okay, well, what can I do? You got to be on it. So I was on it. Eventually, we did find the glue, but by that time, we didn't need it. So, yeah, thinking on your feet. So, for me, that was a risk because at first I didn't have any idea what the hell I was going to do. And I vowed to myself that will not happen again. That was the second time I said to myself, no more. If I have to bring my own glue to this session, then that's what I will do. Now, as far as taking risks, um, it depends. It depends on what type of risk you're talking about. If it's a risk that's going to involve my life, I ain't doing it. I'm telling you right now. I'm not doing it. If there's a chance that, well, you know what? Let me go back because I can't say that. It says nothing can substitute experience, and nothing can. We all need experiences in our lives, be them bad or good experiences. But going back to the taking risks, yeah, I'm gonna have to take that back when I said that if it involved my life, I wasn't gonna do it. That's a lie. I'm gonna take that back because when my doctor came to me, this was around about the time that nothing was working for my lupus. So she came to me and she said, we have another infusion that we would like for you to try. It's specifically for your skin. So I looked at her. I had really had it. By that time, I had it. I'm going to sit here and tell you, part of me was just ready to give the fuck up. Okay? Part of me was ready to give up, but I said, I looked at her for, it seemed like a whole hour, but I know it was just a couple of seconds. And I told her, I said, you know, I'm not one to say no. Hey, Chef Outspoken. How you doing, mamas? So when she told me that, she said, I'm going to give you some paperwork. I want you to go home, read the paperwork. And of course, there were risks involved with this Sapnello, as there are risks involved with Ben Lister. Okay. The biggest risk is death. That's the biggest risk. So that's the reason why I said I have to take that back. Because anytime that you are taking intravenous meds, anything can go wrong. So yeah, I'm my ass is risking it every month. I'm risking it. But so far, this saphnelo has done wonderful things for my skin. I'm going to tell you, beautiful. Okay, so nothing can substitute experience. Yeah, this experience with this medication is something else. That's why if I ever run into someone and they have the same lupus that I have, because remember there are four different kinds of lupus. So if they have what's going on with their skin, I'll tell them, please talk to your doctor about saphnelo, because saphnelo is specifically for the skin. And nothing can substitute experience. That is the truth. Okay, so the question for that day, 2/19/2025, is, have you ever made your own ice cream? And if so, what flavor? All right. I've never made my own ice cream. Never in my life have I made my own ice cream, but this question here is going to make me do it. Okay? It's going to make me do it because I have a machine that has attachments to it. And one of the attachments is an ice cream maker, but I got to buy it. So I'm going to see how that pans out. I'll see. Yeah. So my answer to that question is no, I've never made my own ice cream. And if I did, the first flavor I would do would be vanilla. Then I would move on to chocolate. Then butter pecan. And after that, I would start experimenting. So let's move on to Friday. Yeah. So we're going to move on to Friday. And the thought for Friday, I got a whole folder now for the recap. The thought for Friday was, efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. Now, what could I possibly say about that? Except that it's true. You have to have a purpose and a direction to pair with the effort and the courage. I can say that. Okay? Yes, efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. So that was quick. Moving on to the question for Friday, 2/21/2025. Did you ever, oh, this one is real interesting. Did you ever skip school? If so, what did you do instead? Well, I did. And my mother was a teacher, okay? My mother was a teacher in high school, and no, she wasn't in my high school. My mother wasn't in the high school or any of the schools I went to. But the bad part about this is she had hookups with all my teachers. So you already know, by the time she got the wire, I was in trouble and didn't even know it because I hadn't come home yet, supposedly, air quotes, from school. So what did I do? I went to the movies. I went to see The Last Dragon. I went to see Fast Forward. I went to see what is the name of that movie? Dang it. It had a part one and a part two. I can't think of it right now. But if I think of it, I'll put it on my community wall. But me and my girlfriend, God rest her soul, she used to live across the hall from me. And when we moved in, when she moved in, we became fast friends. So yeah, I skipped school. But after a various of ass whoopings, I stopped skipping school, okay, because my mother wasn't having it. She just wasn't having it. She was not. And my father wasn't having it either. Neither one of them was having it. So let's not even talk about it. Them old fashioned ass whoopings is something else, child. But yeah, so I did skip school. I went to the movies. Ooh, we even went to the museum. So can you really say that I skipped school? Going to the museum is an educational experience. I mean, I wasn't out smoking pot and acting a whack out here in the streets and, all that. I was actually being educated when we went to the museum. We even went to the planetarium. How about that? We went shopping too. This didn't happen all in one day, okay? But yeah, after getting my ass whooped a few times, I said, the movies, the museum, and the planetarium is not worth it. Okay, it's just not worth it. So, yeah, I did. And I can honestly sit here and say I had a good time doing it. Of course, when you young and you out there and you think you fooling your parents, and I came in this house like, you know, I just knew they didn't know what I was doing. When my mother came in this house, she said, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I was like, for what? I didn't do nothing. Oh, yes, you did. I talked to teacher so and so and so. Oh my God, it was over for me. My sister was like, when are you gonna get it? She knows everything you do before you do it. It was crazy. I would not trade those times for anything in the world. It was great. It was great. But yeah, those ass whoopings, planetarium and the museum wasn't worth it. So I just stopped doing it and just went on and did what I had to do. Now, that cost me a friendship in a certain type of way. She figured, oh, I didn't want to be her friend no more. It wasn't none of that. It wasn't that I didn't want to be her friend anymore. It was just that I was tired of getting my ass whooped, and all she was getting was yelled at by her grandmother. I mean, her grandmother would tell her mother and father, but they wouldn't whoop her ass. So who was getting the raw in here? Me. I wasn't having it. I couldn't do it no more. Hey, Sonia J, how you doing, sweetheart? So I just I couldn't do it no more. School got boring after a while, but I still stayed there. Oh yeah, we had a ball that day. I mean, it was. we did one thing at a time. We, went to the museum one day, went to the planetarium the next day, went to the movies. We would sit in the movie theater and watch those three movies over and over and over again. Okay. Glad you made it safe back in from shopping. Yeah, but we thought we was doing something, but obviously we weren't. Okay. Because my mother knew it all. She even checked on my friend in her school and told her grandmother what was going on. I was like, oh my God. So, okay. I never skipped school. My mama and daddy would have whooped me too. You know what? I think that the way I was raised, I mean, I'm the last of the Mohegans. I'm the baby on my mother's side and my father's side. So I'm the baby on both sides. So I feel like by the time I came along, things were kind of lackadaisical. You are very welcome. Things were kind of lackadaisical. My mother knew who I was. And she started seeing it, I believe, by the time I hit 13, 14. She knew who I was. I'm just, at that time, I didn't mind going places by myself, and I still don't right now. But, you know, she saw that I was a free spirit, and just wasn't gonna, I wasn't gonna commit. I just wasn't. My mother was a Jehovah Witness, her and my father. I was not doing it. You gonna sit there and tell me that I can't celebrate my own birthday? Get the fuck out of here. That's what I was saying in my mind. I didn't say that to my mother and father. Okay. But yeah, I was a free spirit, and in many, many ways I still am a free spirit. I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Period. And most times I don't need anyone around to do it with. Now, I do like having people around me to do certain things with. You have a crowd of friends and you can't bring that crowd together. Everyone cannot mesh. You have like several groups of friends. You have the group that you like to go out with when you go to dinner. You have the other group that you like to go out with when, you know, you going dancing or whatever. You have the other group that you might have a book club with. That's just an example. And bringing them all together in one environment might not go very well. Okay, so that's that's how I do it. I have friends for certain things and we do certain things together. All right, y'all. I have been yapping for 32 minutes and that's your recap for last week, which was February 17th, February 19th, and February 21st, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do the questions of the day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I always put them on my community wall and I drop them at 4 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I come here Sunday and I do the recap with you all. It's only fair that I should do it. I can't just put the questions out there and don't come and answer them myself. So this is how the recap was born, because I said, why should I expect them to answer? If I don't answer, that's only fair, right? All right, y'all. I gotta go. I'm gonna do a little cleaning. I didn't prepare dinner this time before the recap like I did last week. I'm gonna prepare my dinner later on this evening. So I want you all to take care, stay blessed, and be safe always. That you are make sure that you are watching the community wall so that you could get the questions of the day. You can answer them there if you so choose, but I will be coming here every Sunday to do the recap with you all. I want to thank you, Chef Outspoken and Sonia J, for showing up for me and participating. I really, really, really appreciate that. You all take care and stay safe always. I'll check y'all out next Sunday.